name is Jennifer, and I have been wearing a ball gown now every day for the last 199 days. So beautiful as my dresses have been, and this one is particularly lovely because it was made by a friend of mine from university, which is great. This is not my ideal thing to wear. But last year I hit on a really good idea, or crazy idea, of wearing a ball gown every day for a whole year in order to raise money for the wonderful charity, the Toby Henderson Trust, that supports autistic children and their families in the North East. And I also wanted to shine a bit of a light on some of the difficulties that undiagnosed autistics face when they mask a lot of their autistic traits in their everyday life. Because the more I thought about wearing a ball gown, the more I realised that this is a perfect analogy for what it is like for autistic people in their everyday. Because I can do all the things, all the normal everyday things in this ball gown. I go shopping, I work, I travel, I go running. Last night I did the Durham 10K in a long dress. But I have to cope with all the different layers, extra layers of dress getting in the way. So I go shopping and I get caught up in shopping trolleys because I get caught up in the wheels. I get myself stuck in doorways because I forget that there's a bit of dress behind me and close the door on myself. So it's really hard work. And people stare at me, and people ask me questions, and they start conversations with me that I just feel totally ill-equipped to deal with sometimes. And that's how it can be as an autistic person navigating everyday life. Constantly adjusting what you do or say to present yourself as other people expect, or you think other people expect. Feeling quite self-conscious and inadequate, because I don't always know how to react in different situations, don't always know what to say, don't want to appear rude or uncaring, but at the same time not wanting people to judge me or wonder why I can't sort of fit in. So I've survived over 45 years as an undiagnosed autistic person. I got my diagnosis last year, but I think I'm actually one of the fortunate ones, because what really prompted me to do this is because while I've been able to craft my life to meet my needs, I've been able to play to my strengths. I've had jobs that fit around what I can do and what I enjoy doing. I know that there are so many autistic people, especially children, especially women and girls, who have not been so fortunate. Particularly, there are many girls who struggle so much at school. They get labelled with being anxious or having OCD or being oversensitive because they can't manage with all the demands that are put on them, and they're not noticed or put forward for assessment for autism because they don't look stereotypical, they don't line up their toys, they look like they have friends, they look like they maintain eye contact with people, and people say they're fine, and actually they're just breaking inside. And so that's why I'm wearing this ball gown for a year. It's for those invisible hurting children who just keep struggling and keep trying until one day they just break. And I know story after story of young women who are just completely broken by the system, and it is heartbreaking. I am a massive introvert. Being the centre of attention and having people looking at me is very uncomfortable, one of the worst things in the world. And the last 199 days have been a massive, massive effort. But actually, that effort's been worth it if it makes people aware of some of the difficulties that autistic people face and enables the Toby Henderson Trust to raise more funds to help and support families in the North East who are struggling. So I'm so grateful to Whickham Wind that they have agreed to support the Toby Henderson Trust with the concert tonight. And I hope you have a lovely time, really enjoy the music, and thank you so much for all your donations and support.